If you play Grand Theft Bedrock today, you may have noticed that the number, or at least the player count, is very low. Depends where you go online. But for the most part, the server seems to be dead most of the time. So why is this exactly happening? In the Discord server, the admin has announced that they would like to do some major changes to the server, which would potentially help bring the in a more higher, player count, hopefully. Now, what this would do is that the new system will allow you to buy the license for one time. So like Wanted, for example, that Roblox game that I play, to purchase a particular gun, which the price will lower and the players can constantly buy the weapon. So yeah, it's exactly like Wanted. You buy the contract for like 100,000, for example, and then you pay like 5,000 to deploy it. This of course allows the looting system where guns were dropped and death can be collected by others. Another way of saying that the players of any level can theoretically acquire and use any gun through kills. They just have no reliable way of doing so without the license. So what this means is that this will allow, low-level players to kill players and actually use their weapons without needing to grind for it. So that would be cool, but then you have a problem of losing weapons and such. So the reason they're adding this is because the player count is of course very, the server, it's very dead. It doesn't have much players, and I think it's related to how players play this server, because if you have noticed, when I first started this series, I was pretty confused at first, like not because of the server crashes, but also because of, where you need to go. I think every new player spawned at the cargo bay and were confused on where to go, exactly like as I would, so I had to explore the city and stuff. Now, I'm pretty sure I had a little check mark in the minimap, which I could have just used and seen to be, but because I'm completely new to the server, that was really confusing. I think they should have made so in the tutorial, or at least the tutorial wise, it would maybe teleport you instead of the cargo bay, maybe somewhere in the city, and you had to follow like the arrows or something to go to like the, to the destination. And then once you complete the tutorial, then you have to use the yellow dot on the map to see your direction. I think that would be maybe a little bit better to help the newer players, because I don't know how many times that new players got confused. They had to constantly ask for help from the star members, and there's definitely some kind of issue right there. But also another problem is the grinding in this game as well, because, well, server basically, but you get the idea. The grinding, while it's not bad in any sense, the grinding is actually not that bad. It's actually a problem for newer players who are playing the server. For example, if they want to do the pizza job, they have to be in passive mode. Now, I know that new players have passive mode and can do the pizza job easily, but the problem is that like endgame players can actually shoot down their vehicles without killing them, and that's gonna ruin their pizza grind, which does not allow them to grind in the server, which is a problem. Now, I'm pretty sure that's 100% a bug for sure, because that's probably an oversight, definitely. But with this upcoming change, that could easily kill the player count, in my opinion. Well, it does, yes, make the PvP a lot more fun, because you can kill other players, loot their stuff, and also, do other stuff. But I do have some suggestions for this server on how it could improve. I already said this in the Discord server, but I want you guys in the comments below to give me your thoughts and see how you guys will improve the server as well. So let me just read the suggestions on what I posted yesterday. So the first suggestion that I mentioned, it would be the lootable chest. So this would be like the old 2010s Java, like GTA servers that I used to play, where you could go to different locations, loot the chest, and you would get rewarded like these weapons that you find, and you can use them against other players. This would be classic like this, but someone did mention that it would feel old school, and maybe the trash cans and other sources would be a good idea, which I agree, to be honest. If they don't want to go old school, then maybe they should make the trash cans have a bit more, you know, a purpose to them than just having a thing for new players to loot. I think that would be a pretty cool idea, to be honest. Just having, you know, be able to obtain weapons or other resources from trash cans, chests, or whatever, and gives these locations a more bigger purpose to explore as well. Like, it will give players a more opportunity to explore maps, get the resources they need, and, you know, be able to battle it out with the weapons they find. And then with the second suggestion that I mentioned, which is to add the armory phone. So for example, if I open my phone, there could be like a little app right here that could be the armory app. And this would be basically like the, you know, the locker inside the houses, except you would call in a airdrop. And what this airdrop would do is you just select, for example, these 3 weapons, and then you have like a little confirm button with how much it would cost. You call in that airdrop, and it would just, you know, it would just fall from the sky to your position, and you can loot that airdrop to get your weapons and then battle it out against other players. Because I do fear that the ammunition, which is the gun store, which only, blaster store, that only exists in the city, or at least the city area, that's going to be completely cammed, either by other players or the endgame players. So I do fear that might be a problem for this server. I do think that the airdrops would be a great addition. I know it already has one with the, you know, the one that spawns sometimes and give you like cash and loot. But having the option to just, you know, spawn weapons, like, of course, you're going to lose your weapons. You're going to, like, lose your weapons when you die. I think that would be, like, a cool way to just get your weapons. Like, if they're going to add so that weapons are going to be dropped up on death, then they should probably just add the feature on your phone to add the armory in your app, which can just, you know, just drop weapons from the airdrop. I think that would be cool, to be honest. You guys can let me know in the comments below what you think. But I think that would be pretty cool to add some kind of feature for those who buy the gun licenses and, you know, spawn weapons whenever they like. It's hard to explain because I'm not very good at explaining, but I think that would be a cool feature. But another thing that I wanted to suggest is NPCs. Not the NPCs that, you know, give you, that you can talk to, that give you jobs, or, you know, those stuff. NPCs that you see walking around the city that you could actually rob, eliminate, or, you know, maybe held them hostage or something. I have no idea. I think that would be a cool feature too. Just gives a little bit more life to this server, and, you know, could potentially maybe interest more players into playing this server, because let's be real, we can only use these guns against other players. So if there's nobody in this server, then it kind of defeats the purpose. We do really need, like, players in the server, but adding more options to help, you know, improve the server with the admin suggestion could potentially help improve the server. It's very hard for me to see what would work for this server, what wouldn't. So having ideas that could potentially improve the server would help a lot. Just having any kind of suggestion really could give the admins more ideas on how it could potentially improve the server. So in conclusion though, in my personal, you know, opinion about this change, I don't really like it. But if they add some of the stuff like lootable chests or trash cans that give you weapons, or stuff like be able to call weapons from the airdrop to your position, or, you know, these suggestions I mentioned earlier, I think these could greatly improve the server with this suggestion, because I really want to fight other players. But if it has to be with this change here, then I understand. I just hope that the suggestion, you know, or the idea, or the concept itself from the admin does not, like, ruin the server, because I really love the server, and I really hope that it does well in the future of the server, because I love this server. I really do love this server, and I just hope it improves a lot. But that's all what I have to say about the, you know, why the server is dead. Because again, the server is, you know, a bit repetitive. It does not have, you know, it makes new players, you know, have an issue playing the server, and, you know, It's very hard to explain. I have no idea what could be killing this server. It could potentially just be new players having tutorial issues. It could be gameplay issues against other players. There's other issues that this server has. But would this admin suggest, you know, what on the feature that they're going to add, as well as the weapons, or, you know, the suggestions I made? I think it could help the server maybe, but let me know what you guys are going to think in the comments below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.